My name is Chris. This is Sue. You're listening to the Screen Team right here on KWOC. It's our Olympic-themed show for you this evening. And, Sue, we've done a lot of great movies, a lot of them having to do with the Olympics in 36. This next one, we're kind of getting away from the Summer Olympics and going to the Winter Olympics, right?
That's exactly right. And then here's the best part, Mon, where it's the Jamaican bobsled team. And I remember watching this, and I looked at my husband that night that whenever they were on, and I said, Jamaica, what's Jamaica doing with a bobsled team? And my husband says they made it and they qualified.
Yeah.
But that's what this whole story is about, Cool Runnings. It's about four men who decided that they wanted to go to the Olympics and they were going to go. Now and this was a Disney film, and as a Disney film, yes, it's romanticized, and yes, it has but there's a lot of truth in it, because these are things I remember watching in the Olympics in the 1980s. And this is not a real recent film either. It's one that was done in 1989. You have John Candy in there as the coach. Now, you all know that John Candy was not a very svelte, slim fella, but can you imagine him being the bobsled coach? And he used to be then he plays a guy who used to be a bobsled runner. And he's the one that coaches these guys. Why did the Jamaicans want to have a bobsled team? They wanted to be Olympians. Just think about that, folks. They had a dream. They wanted to do something, and guess what? They went for it, and they went for it in a big way.
And I'm sure there's a lot of naysayers, too. There's a lot of people saying, you can't do that.
That's exactly. Not only, it was mainly in their own country, but also just think when they went to Canada, and if the Canadian Winter Olympics, the Winter Olympics that year were in Canada, in Calgary. And so here these fellows went up there. They didn't even have a sled. Their coach bought a sled for him while he was there from one of his formers, and it was a beat-up sled. And that also takes you to the rest of the story, too. So I'm not going to tell you anything except the guys finished the race. And then how they finished the race, that's why you need to watch this film.
Yeah.
But one of the characters, and it was Doris Bannock, and Bannock wanted to actually be a runner. He wanted to be the next Usain Bolt, to be honest with you, and he wasn't able to. But the guy who coached him, they said he believed that if he could find four guys who could run the 100 meters in under 10 seconds, that those guys could be the very ones who could do the bobsled. And you remember, whenever you start a bobsled, you have to get it going, and you're rowing back and forth, and then you push, and you got to run and get it going, and then you have to hop in.
Yeah.
So these guys had to have a lot of athletic ability to be able to do this. But as they show up, and the one thing that Disney does a great job, is that you had the Swiss and the Germans and the Norwegians all looking at these guys going, who are they and what are they doing here? And Jamaica, what did they do? Slide on the sand? That's what we're looking at. Because it's a tropical country. The temperature never gets below 80 degrees. And one of the guys really hams up the whole idea of, I've got to get in the cold. I've got to go see the ice. I don't want to do this. And he does, but he does it. And there's one point whenever the guys then start making fun of them, of the Swiss, the Germans, and the Russians, and all of these folks. And the guy who plays Bannock, he looks to his teammates and he says, everybody wants to make fun of those whom they don't understand. And they didn't understand that these guys wanted to be Olympians. They wanted to succeed. They wanted to do what they did. Did they win? Well, I guess y'all could probably guess that they did not win, but keep in mind they finished the race, and I really encourage you to see how they finished the race. Now, we get to see a little bit of reggae in here, and I enjoyed that, and we also got to see how they became their own persons and how they were able to accomplish and overcome a lot of hardship, and that includes money. And they overcame a lot of hardship just because they were people who didn't understand snow and ice, sort of like some of us around here.
Sue, is this a film that you'd want to watch over and over again?
I think I would want to watch it again, but I'd want to watch it with children.
Yeah. I
really think the children would because I think they would laugh at some of the antics that go on in it. And I enjoy watching children react to that.
Is Cool Runnings a film that we can find at the library?
Absolutely. Now, this one's down in Children's because it is a Disney film. And I want to tell you, I've told you already about how many films and we have in the library. Once a month, we have the Sunday adult matinee, and that one's we do that September through May. But then every Thursday we have what we call Theater Thursday, and that's geared toward children. And it starts at 4:30. We have popcorn and drinks, and the children can all enjoy, but not just children. We have moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, and others who come in with the children. And we do encourage the parents to come with the children because we want everybody to be safe and to have someone with them when they're there. So you can come to the library Theater Thursday every Thursday that we're open, and then again one Sunday a month, you can come and see the adult matinee as well at 2 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon.
And remind us again about the events that you guys are going to be having for the boys at 36.
Yeah. Remember, it's a one community, one read. That means we encourage everybody in the community to be able to read The Boys in the Boat. One of the things that we have found and what is done nationwide with the one community, one read events, and we're calling it the Book and the Bluff. So enjoy that. But as you read the Book and the Bluff, it gives everybody something common to talk about. So if you read The Boys in the Boat, we have something in common and we have something to talk about. And as we learn more from one another and grow together and have more in common to talk about, then we can grow from there. The other part of it is that we've got the art and essay contest coming up for the children. We're finally culminating on October the 15th with the pizza party. That night, on October the 15th, we have Judy Rance Willman, who is the daughter of Joe Rance, one of the boys in the boat, and she's going to talk about how the book came to be written and her relationship with the author, Daniel James Brown, and how she got him to meet some of the boys in the boat and to be able to write this story of triumph. And again, back to being triumphant. And then on September the 24th, this is the huge surprise at Peoples Creek at Wapapella Lake, and it's a part of our celebration with Wapapella for their 75th anniversary and our 100th anniversary. Mm-hmm. That we're going to have sculls from the St. Louis rowing team.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
It is great. And we're going to actually see a rowing demonstration. The festivities start at 10 o'clock and will be done about 1 that afternoon. So you'll get to see some real boats.
There's a lot of information, obviously, that you guys are doing, man. That's so cool. But if people want to kind of see what you're doing and they want to, you guys are on Facebook and stuff like that?
We're on Facebook, and you can like us, the Poplar Bluff Municipal Library. You can also, we have our website, www.poplarbluff.org. In addition to that, we have a newsletter that comes out on every 3 months that you can learn more about what's going on at the library. Plus, you can there's activities going on in the library all the time that you can participate in. Everything from knitting classes.
Really?
Really. We have knitting classes. We have coloring book classes.
Okay. I might need some
adult
of that.
coloring.
Yeah.
And we also have the different things that, like I said, the theater program. We're really proud of the collection that we have here. Poplar Bluff has a great jewel in the library, and I know I'm prejudiced in saying that, but it really is a great jewel. I promise you that you won't find a finer library anywhere.
Well, speaking of jewels, Sue, you are definitely a jewel. Thank you so much
Thank you so much, Chris,
for coming on the show. Will you come back sometime soon?
Please, if I may. I enjoyed this a lot.
It was a lot of fun. That's Sue, and of course, we're going to be back next Saturday at 6 p.m. It's our 6th anniversary show. We're going to have Kim and Sabrina on the show celebrating 6 years. For Sue and Chris, we are the Screen Team right here on KWOC.
Bye, folks.